And remember, in this election, you're not just voting for president and Senate. The ballot you cast could change the makeup of the Ohio legislature. News 5's Columbus Bureau reporter Morgan Trowell joins us live in Summit County with a look at some of the key races on the ballot. Morgan?
John, Ohio could become much more conservative after this election. That's because a group of far-right Republicans are seeking to oust more moderate House Speaker Jason Stephens.
We have a House, in my opinion, that has 67 Republicans, that in many ways is controlled by the Democratic Party.
The future of Ohio politics won't be determined by Harris versus Trump or Brown versus Moreno.
It would be better if the Senate President would pay attention to running the Senate instead of trying to run the House.
But rather, the state representative races. House Speaker Jason Stephens is fighting to retain the gavel, but Senate President Matt Huffman is moving to the House to challenge his reign.
We had a lot of conflict between the House
and this is all because of political drama from January 2023. The GOP caucus voted to support ultra-conservative State Rep Derek Merrin. But on the floor for the full House vote, 22 Republicans and 32 Democrats voted and elected more moderate Jason Stephens. Republican strategist Bob Clegg explains that this led to competitive and expensive primaries as Stephens' allies, like State Rep DJ Swearingen, were condemned by the Republican Party.
Really unfortunate because the way I look at it, those were all dollars that instead of using against each other, we could have put towards the greater Republican good in November.
Now, a faction stands behind Huffman to oust Stephens, and Clegg supports it.
take the path of least resistance here, and I think it's so much easier to just go along with the majority of your caucus.
He explains that a slew of seats will help determine the speakership.
How many seats will the Democrats end up with after this election? Because that will determine how many Republican votes Jason Stephens is going to need to get him reelected speaker.
I analyzed each of the competitive seats, and 10 races are key to winning. Northeast Ohio has the majority of competitive general elections for Republicans, including Summit County's Bill Romer, Stark County's Jim Thomas, and Trumbull County's Nick Santucci. All of their districts lean Democratic now. Stephens needs 50 yes votes. It's expected for Democrats to flip 4 seats, meaning he would only need 32 Republicans to win the caucus vote. But he would only need 14 Republicans to win the floor vote with the Democrats.
There is a narrative out there that the speaker somehow, against Republican candidates. That's absolutely false.
Stephens supports public school funding, union rights, and following what the voters chose in November on abortion and marijuana.
This is a guy who can look at issues from a very objective standpoint and try to help everybody come together.
So what could Ohio look like under a Huffman speakership? Well, the state could look vastly different. Huffman differs from Stephens on each of those issues. Clegg thinks he would be a more effective leader.
The Senate is much more efficient.
Clegg says he doesn't think Stephens can get a majority of Republicans. So why not just cancel the internal vote?
They would still be censured because they would censure him based on the fact that you had this many Republicans voting with the Democrats to make him speaker.
Swearingen doesn't think it will get that far.
Would you still vote for him in January?
If he doesn't win the caucus vote, I don't expect for there to be any other type of vote in January.
But the House races aren't the only ones that will drastically change Ohio policy. The Ohio Supreme Court has 3 seats open. Those justices will decide on cases revolving around abortion policy, LGBTQ+ rights, and school funding. John?
Yeah, and we had a couple of those justices and hopefuls here campaigning at the Cuyahoga County Board of Elections today. Morgan, thank you.